Good afternoon, friends and comrades. I wanted to read my recent note, and it's entitled Response to Zoe Alif's Proposal at Occupy Tampa General Assembly on Occupy RNC. It is interesting to note Ms. Alif in her recent proposal put both Tommy's and mine's name in the proposal, ignoring the fact in the same article where it came out, Greg Lockett speaks. He was also kicked out of Occupy Tampa. In fact, he did not stress he is separate from Occupy Tampa as I did, which came out in the article as well. A photo of Greg as a logistics man came out in the Tampa Bay Times article too. Greg was the victim of racism on camp, and nothing was done about it. He's African American, for those who don't know. His actions on camp in question in response to such racism and cannot be seen from without that context. Hard considering there is only one minority left on the West Tampa camp of Occupy. All others are white people who have been treated differently under safe spaces. Another part of Miss Alif's apparent temporary amnesia is that whenever her cohorts spy on my Facebook page, as they admit openly on live feed at their general assemblies, they can see I'm in Ybor City. In fact, in the article where I was quoted, the reporter was so kind to say that we have a camp in Ybor, and all I said was that our community gathering has decided to march everywhere. The article was about marches, not Black Bloc. My view on them is irrelevant. It was not the equivalent of Tommy's interview, whereas he has explained on the radio show he was taken out of context, where that was the focus, but that is what Miss Alif was applying. On the radio, we also explained the fact I had no knowledge of Tommy's interview until it came out on TV, and he did it autonomously. We also stressed our belief in Jared Chase's innocence and hope that he is released from prison in Chicago. It is no secret Jared is a comrade of Tommy. To imply the contrary in any way is intellectually dishonest. There were some members of OT who were skeptical to your proposal, and they did not know the basic facts before they made this vote. One of your members who spoke out against us, and also happened to have his image in the Tampa Bay Times article, works at a public library, is willing for his superiors to know of his defense of Black Bloc actions. Miss Alif also implied I'm still staying at Bruce's camp. It's not Bruce's, it's the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign camp, aka Romneyville. That campaign was started by none other than Martin Luther King Jr., and I am proud to have taken part in their efforts in any capacity. Whether or not Bruce has differences with Tommy is irrelevant. In fact, your frequent obsession of our whereabouts is equivalent to stalking and grounds for a restraining order if we so desire. How is Occupy RNC imitation of Occupy RNC St. Pete? Has anyone in Tampa ever heard of them? If anyone is imitation of anything, it's Occupy Tampa, pretending to be Indignados. Indignados, the real Occupy, were started in Spain in May 2011. We are not a cheap imitation of them, but in fact learn from them. Indignados is a real nonviolent revolutionary movement. She claims we are speaking as part of Occupy Tampa. Again, how does criticizing OT as Tommy has, and me saying we are separate with our own community gathering, make it necessary to associate from us in a proposal if we have already associated from you from the get-go? In fact, it is no secret we were kicked out, and we are proud to have been kicked out of such a mediocre camp. Also, before you made your proposal, which sounded more like an announcement, you had already published press releases online, which were defamatory towards Bruce Wright, Tommy Parisi, and myself. We are in no way sexist or racist. I did not violate anything on camp. There were just rumors from Rainbow and other areas. The Rainbow gathering you always speak of was a temporary non-Occupy camp in the forest, which you did not attend this year. You see, there are rumors there against Tommy, Mike Fernandez, etc. But I am not a man of rumors but facts, nor so much words but actions. Occupy RNC is actively trying to help homeless occupiers who want to come down to Tampa to take part in the protests of RNC, who, unlike you, are willing to protest in the clean zone as well. In Chicago, people do not recognize such a zone there, so here it should not either. You know I have been arrested for the Occupy movement twice. I've taken no deals, nor in Boston nor in New Haven, being in the minority. In fact, I was the only member of Occupy New Haven out of the 4 arrested on the day of action who did not take the deal. My actions show I am a man of principle. You came to Miami, Miss Alif, where you met Tommy, which you failed to mention, and trained people in civil disobedience, but you yourself have never had trouble with the law. You read Tommy's rap sheet, which is full of insinuating cowardice, but have never explained why you have always managed to stay out of trouble, whether you were in New York, Tampa, or Miami protests. I've been an activist 11 years, devoted to Occupy to defend women, to bring a better future for our children. My actions speak for themselves. Thank you.